with Tammy, and I'm Tammy, and I have a wonderful guest here for the new year, Nico Coronado.
How do you do?
And we're in La Mesa, California, not very far from San Diego beaches. And we're here to talk about Reiki. So, Nico is a specialist. This is his field. You'd have to come to the office to see this beautiful reclining bed where you just want to soak it in and relax and let him do his magic. But, Nico, I have a question. Well, first of all, what is Reiki?
Reiki is, in a condensed answer, just energy clearing and healing. It really addresses a lot of stress-related illnesses, like headaches or, chronic illnesses that are brought on by pressure. And it really just gives you a chance to reset and restore and let your body heal naturally.
Sounds like our Western world for sure. We're always in a hurry, and then this whole, unfortunate virus, COVID situation, and just life in general, families and staying home from school.
We forget about self-care. Like the things we do for ourselves are always the last on the list.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we do take time for ourselves, there's oftentimes guilt associated with it, because there's so many other things on our mind that need to get done. But if you can carve time out for yourself, then you can be better for other people.
I like that. Like the oxygen mask. Take care of yourself first.
Very much. Yeah. Like you want to try to be your best self and present that in all situations. And Reiki is just one way that helps you restore that balance within, so that when you are out interacting with the world, you're not as easily triggered, you're not carrying the baggage, you're able to relax and just be present.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we tend to forget, like you said, until that, say, migraine or headache comes on, or the backache.
Yeah, the body will tell you. Your body will tell you. It's got its own intelligence. We all know this. And so when you are in a Reiki session, you're kind of letting your conscious self check out and letting your energetic and bodies just realign.
It knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so what got you started in Reiki?
So what got me started in Reiki was I wanted to be of service to people, and I wanted to help people, and mostly because when we are raised, we take on the view of the people around us that raise us, and I've always felt a little bit different than what the traditional teaching, and since a lot of my family isn't really as open. But that's what led me to help other people, to reach those that are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me started, really, was to try to be of service to people.
Are you from San Diego originally?
I'm actually from Arizona. There's a lot of Arizona people in California, but I've been here for 20 years. And I was raised in a very small town, and it was very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get out of there.
That's understandable. Well, you've been doing this how long again?
So I was Reiki certified in 14. So not too long, but long enough to feel comfortable in any environment.
Well, I was asking that question because you like helping people, and it's probably natural for you, a great gift, and what a great way to show it. So you probably have, one or two stories where somebody might have came in with some situation and you were able to help. Can you tell a story or two?
Where do I start?
I know, right?
Oftentimes when people are in a Reiki session, things will come up that they don't even realize was informing their conscious self. And that's usually the case. The subconscious memories and thoughts and patterns that we bury often become on the surface.
Yeah.
And when they're on the surface is when you can actually unpack them, and just helping somebody walk them through that unpacking and maybe just holding space and witnessing is sometimes all they need outside of just the Reiki. So just having that sounding board and somebody that's gentle and no judgment, where they can just unpack and just help release.
No judgment's a big one.
No judgment, as far as specifics, I really can't think of a specific. I'm kind of lost for words, but that's in a general, that's usually what it is. Of course you get those that only want just the quick reset.
Like a tune-up.
And that's okay. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah,
Everybody's on their own journey.
Different.
And when people are ready to start unpacking, then that I'm here too. But if people just want like a reset, then that's fine. As long as they know that they need to do it.
And then self-care too.
Self-care.
That's a big one, because if you're always giving, you have to remember, take care
That's
of yourself
right.
too.
Yeah, that's right. I wish that everyone that hears this at least gets Reiki 1.
Yeah.
Because with Reiki 1, you can do Reiki on yourself. And that's huge. Like even if you're just in the shower and just taking that moment carved out in the shower to give yourself a piece of mind with the loving, healing Reiki energy is a great way to start the day. And if most of us, if all of us did that, I think the world would be a better place. Or at least the freeways would be.
Yeah. I know. I remember being kind of reintroduced. It's funny how when it happens to us, sometimes we just tend to forget. We're always the givers sometimes. And one time I was in a little fender bender, and I had a little back pain, and I went to the VA. Since I'm a veteran, I happened to go to the VA. And no idea, my physical therapist was Reiki certified.
I love that. Yeah.
And everything she was doing the other way, nothing worked. And then she says, do you mind if I do some Reiki on you? And eventually, boom, that's what it was.
I love that. I love that that's being introduced in all facets of healthcare. And it's it might be getting a little watered down, but it's okay. I think they're calling it healing touch.
Yes,
is one of the ways. But it's the same.
It's the same.
And so in my practice, I actually try to bring the magic back in Reiki, the miracle of it.
Yeah.
And that's what excites me.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I love this office space. Well, you have this office space, but tell me where your office space is located.
We're 4730 Palm Avenue, number 207, right in the heart of downtown La Mesa. It's a beautiful little neighborhood. Everything's here. You've got the grocery stores, you've got coffee shops, great restaurants, and there's a lot of therapists in this building. So it's really kind of cool that I'm here. I love being here because there's so much going on in the inner workings of people, and it just fits.
It's funny, I was mentioning to Nico that I never actually took the stairs up here, and I didn't realize how open it was and inviting.
I love this old building.
Yeah.
It's just really quaint, and it's just, I love the skylight. It really lends itself to a healing session because it's almost like that proverbial ray of light.
True, very true.
And it's just really peaceful in here.
Very peaceful. You also do other things.
I do. Going back to the conditioning that we're taught when we're children, I try to reintroduce new ways of thinking through the 5 classical elements, which is earth, fire, water, air, and spirit. And through those elements are kind of allegories for the way that we live our lives, and each one has different associations. And so this element series of workshops that I present is really just reintroducing people to, their own spiritual path, without judgment again, and without the dogma. And so I do a series on the elements.
Oh, I like that. It sounds, And people could find you a website, or we could just...
My website is actually in construction right now. I actually shut it down at the beginning of COVID because I didn't want to continue paying for it. And I actually shut down everything for that year. I was like, let's just take a step back. But now that I'm vaccinated and more and more people are feeling more comfortable just being around, I decided it was the right time to start working again.
But we can put your information, everything,
Absolutely.
on the website.
Yeah, on Facebook it's Nico Coronado, and also on Instagram as well.
I'll tag you.
Yeah, and the phone number 619-865-9552. I answer anytime. If you call after 9, I probably won't answer. Don't call. People will call at 11 or 12 at night sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely the year for, people to, take care of themselves, cleanse themselves.
This is a good year to do it.
Yeah.
And even though that it's Reiki is done in close proximity, it can be done safely. I always wear my mask when I'm in that space.
Yeah, you're respectful.
And oftentimes Reiki can be done without hands-on, but I really like the hands-on, so I really enjoy working on the feet area, which some people are kind of grossed out by that, but I actually love it because you can really send a lot of love through the system, through the feet. And I don't know much about acupuncture, but I know that there's a spot on every part of the foot that it associates with the body. And so I know it's working.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that confirmation. And any other things you want to talk about or bring up? Or
I think the only thing I would want to bring up is a lot of people don't know what Reiki is, and they might think of it as, if they don't understand it, of course it's
confusing.
It's confusing. So it's really just energy healing, and anybody has access to it. It's neutral. There's nothing dark or bad about it. It really is just universal love.
Yeah. It's all positive.
It's all positive. And that's how I like to operate.
Exactly. Same. Yeah. And any last wise words of wisdom?
Just start taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
Put yourself first.
I like that.
If you're not the center of your universe, who is? Put yourself in the center of your universe.
Yes. I totally agree. I'm thinking goals, but taking care of self is number one.
It has to be number one.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome,
today.
Tammy.
I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it was very pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay. Bye.